gather some information, put it here, put it there, like that, and it's there. Okay. What we're going to talk about here is classroom management about positive approach. Not that kind of a positive approach. Yeah. Okay. Did you get it? So, yeah, so it's about positive approach. How do we do classroom management positively? So it's not just, can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like not just think positive, but also do positive things and also be positive, including in the classroom, not only just everywhere. Okay, so this is the overall general overview of what I'm going to talk about today. The first one is what is classroom management. The second one is strategies for classroom management, and the third one is 9 problems that often occur in the classroom. What is classroom management? This is something that all teachers want. Classroom management is the wide variety of skills and techniques that teachers use to keep students organized, orderly, focused, attentive, on task, and academically productive during a class. That's what we want, right? That's what we want. Now we're talking about how we do that. How do we get to this goal? I took this from the Glossary of Education Reform. There are lots of others definition, of course, but this one is, I think, is the best one. Okay. Before that, let's see. A child who can't behave. If a child doesn't know how to read, what do? We teach. We teach them. Can you see it? If a child doesn't know how to swim, what do? We teach them how to swim. If a child doesn't know how to multiply, what do? We teach him how to multiply. If a child doesn't know how to drive, child driving, what do? We teach them how to drive. But if a child doesn't know how to behave, what do? Sometimes we just punish them. You do a bad thing, okay, I give you punishment. No, actually, it's just the same as the others. They don't know how to behave. Then we have to teach them how to behave. It's not only parents' job, it's also teachers' job, at school or at court or anywhere. Yeah. So if you behave a child, you punish a child because he doesn't behave. It's just the same as if I ask you, can you swim? No means, okay, I give you punishment. That's not fair, right? That's not fair. So if the child doesn't know how to behave, we teach them how to behave. That's our responsibility. These are the strategies for classroom management. These are the classroom management do's. What we should do while we're in the classroom. The first one is use routines and rituals. Children love routines. At home, at school, anywhere. They love routines. That's what they do. And we as Muslims, we have routines, right? Prayers, fasting, everything. We are taught to be disciplined with routinities. Okay? So, at Nurul, Fikri, do you think we have routines or rituals in the classroom? Yes? Like what? Yeah, pray first. And after, yeah? At the finish. Before the, how do we usually do it? Before we study, let's pray together, begin. Is that it? Yeah, that's routines. They love it. They love it. Children love it. Okay, and the second one is increase self-esteem with praise and encouragement. Not just children. We love praise and encouragement, right? If someone who is close to us, our friends, our family, encourage us or praise us, we love it, right? So children love it too, and we give it to them. And about them. Care, show them that you care doesn't necessarily mean you have to touch them. Now it's a sensitive issues because of the JIS issue, yeah? It's very sensitive, so I would recommend you to, I once had an email, as parent, I once had an email to teach our kids not to be touched by anyone but the parents at sensitive places. And sensitive places, they said, it's the place that is covered by their underwear. Yeah, the underpants and the, what do you call that? The torso area. So that's, you cannot touch. As teachers, you can never touch those areas. That's very sensitive. Even if it's a female teacher with girls or male teachers with boys, don't do that. Here, the torso area. The rest is okay, the hand or the head. I would recommend that to tell children that you care. But also you can give attention by any other ways, right? Not just by touching. Especially when you're teaching adults, you don't need to touch them. Okay, next, try to be a role model. It means that if you want your children to behave, then you should behave first. If you want your students to turn off their phone in the classroom, you should turn off your phone first in the classroom. You give a good example. We teachers give good examples. Be a role model for the students. Okay? The next one is make sure you have everyone's attention before you start teaching. Yeah, it would be a waste of time if you keep on talking and the students keep on talking. You will get a sore throat soon and the students will get nothing. Yeah, so make sure they pay you attention. The next one is emphasize your point. Sometimes in the classroom we talk about one thing and then it has something to do with another thing. We talk about another thing and something to do with another thing and then another thing. And then suddenly you realize that your point is here and you're already talking there about things that is not actually your point. You have to be careful with that. Be focused in the classroom. Teach only what your point is. And then be interesting in the classroom. No children would like you to teach just like sitting down and, okay children, let's open page 10. Okay, finish. Open now. Yeah, okay. They will be going home before you finish. Okay, and then try to understand why your students are misbehaving. If there's anyone who is misbehaving in your classroom, try to understand them. Don't make assumptions. Maybe she has a PMS. Maybe she's got scolded by her mother. Maybe. No, don't make assumptions. Find out. Be a detective. Ask him or her personally. Ask Mbak, his Mbak or her Mbak if there is an Mbak. Or ask the parents or ask anyone. Yeah? Try to understand them. And you can Google up or browse anything. What if my student's doing this? What should I do? Browse. There are lots of things in the Google, I'm saying Google, in the internet about that. So try to understand. Don't make assumptions. And the last one, keep a bag of tricks up your sleeve. Example, games, songs, etc. It means that you have to be ready to have something like if there's 90 minutes teaching session, 90 minutes, right? Is it raining? Yes, it is raining. Alhamdulillah. Okay, 90 minutes teaching session, and you already finished everything by 75 minutes. Finish everything. I still have 15 minutes. What should I do? Don't panic. You need to have games or songs or something ready anytime. Actually, I gave this kind of about spontaneous games, yeah, Miss Nena, last year in Mampang. Maybe they still have the material. Okay. Do we have a question and answer? Who's the... Sorry.